Last week, Paul Heyman finally returned to WWE, and he revealed CM Punk as the fifth member of the Og bloodline for War Games. The Advocate has addressed the speculation around his recent style change and his alleged costume change to Solo Sikoa. Following the destruction of the 2024 Hall of Famer by Solo Sikoa and his goons in late June, the Wiseman made his triumphant comeback. In the events leading up to this incident, Heyman's stress levels rose, and he became increasingly unruly because Roman Reigns was absent. The special counsel looked much better upon his return last Friday, donning a sharp black suit and a vibrant red shirt. The WWE Universe wasted no time in speculating that the outfit was a throwback to Sikoa's Bloodline takeover outfits from, among other places, May and June. According to the speculations, Paul Heyman was about to join the new Bloodline. According to Andrew Corpin of Clutch Points, Heyman showed more dedication than he did with his own past personas. Even though he needs to dress to impress whenever Roman is around, the 59-year-old first dismissed the devotion in a recent interview. Following his appearance on SmackDown, the Hall of Famer made a joke about how he would be betraying Roman Reigns. It has always been anticipated that Paul Heyman would maintain his involvement with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The build-up to Saturday's Survivor Series, War Games, will be shown on tonight's WWE SmackDown. Last week, taping took place in Salt Lake City's Delta Center. A face-to-face conversation between CM Punk and Roman Reigns will be overseen by Paul Heyman on tonight's SmackDown. This week's piece was taped behind the scenes, without the audience. On Saturday's PLE in Vancouver, Paul Heyman is also promoted. Additionally, tonight's SmackDown will feature a match between Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. Whoever wins Saturday's match will get the War Games advantage. This evening's show will feature the Uso vs. Fatu matchup. In the thrilling world of professional wrestling, even the smallest information may cause fans to wonder, speculate, and talk non-stop. Subtle narrative, dramatic moments, and expert tease-taking are what make WWE Universe tick. A captivating storyline that is now developing concerns Paul Heyman, the special counsel of the Bloodline. Fans think that his minor change in dress is a way for him to imitate Solo Sikoa, the faction's enforcer. Theorizing that Heyman's tasteful outfit selections aren't only random, but perhaps clues pointing to an impending treachery. The internet is ablaze with such speculations. The WWE Universe is now doubting everything, as Paul Heyman, the master manipulator, recently addressed these claims in a very gripping and angry promo. Is Heyman's new manner an indication that he's siding with Solo Sikoa and turning on Roman Reigns, or is it all just a ploy in his mind-bending game? Like most great wrestling tales, it started out quietly. Fans have noted that Heyman, who is usually seen in neat suits and pocket squares, started to appear in clothes that looked quite similar to Solo Sikoa's rough, Street Fighter style a few weeks ago. The bright ties and fitted blazers of yesteryear gave way to more subdued hues, roomier silhouettes, and even a few designs reminiscent of Polynesia. The change in aesthetic was noticeable, especially considering Heyman's fondness for spotless presentation. Theories began to light across social media in a flash. Did Heyman mean to show a change in devotion by mimicking Solo? Was he trying to emulate the strict, no-nonsense manner of the enforcer? Alternately, was it an attempt to sow conflict among the Bloodline and maintain Roman Reigns' tension as tribal chief? In a backstage portion of Friday Night SmackDown, Heyman was accosted by Kayla Braxton. Heyman was confronted head-on by Braxton, who is renowned for her aggressive interrogation on the web claims. Instead of just responding, Heyman transformed the situation into a masterwork of theater, as is his wont. "Kayla, Kayla, Kayla," he said, his voice radiating charm and charmingness. "Do you really believe that someone as brilliant, intelligent, and cultured as me would resort to such rudimentary forms of symbolism? Donning the garb of Solo Sikoa, taking after the guy whose mission in life is to maintain the bloodline's supremacy. Oh, really? While Solo sported tribal tattoos on his arm, Heyman shifted his jacket to expose a design that bore striking resemblance to them. Heyman, who was always cognizant of the optics, grinned as the camera panned in. However, he said, his voice taking on an air of strategic danger, in our line of work, things are seldom what they seem to be. Maybe I'm trying to convey something. Imagine if the message was meant for Roman Reigns. It may be for Solo, however. The arena audience went into a frenzy as they picked up on the underlying tension in Heyman's statements. Could this be a coded warning? Taking a stand for something? Unless it's simply Heyman being himself, presenting all sides while hiding his true colors. A knowledge of Heyman's background is necessary for grasping the significance of his purported change. Paul Heyman has spent decades arranging some of the most startling alliances and betrayals in wrestling history, proving to be the ultimate chess master. Heyman has always been loyal in a transactional sense, based on power and success rather than personal ties. This was evident while he was managing Brock Lesnar and continues in his present position within the bloodline. The way he is now interacting with the bloodline is identical. In his role as mediator, Heyman has been known to whisper in Roman Reigns' ear while also timing the eruption of Solo Sikoa's fury. What if, however, Heyman detects that Reigns' empire is beginning to crumble? What if, in his mind, the quiet yet lethal enforcer Solo represents the genuine bloodline's destiny? It is in the vagueness of Heyman's narratives that they are beautiful. There is significance in every expression, gesture, and word. My tribal chief, my loyalty has always been to the bloodline as a whole. Heyman blurted out in response to Reigns' demanding question about his loyalties during a heated scene on SmackDown. Neither Reigns nor his supporters seemed persuaded. A tale was given by the crowd's response. The second Solo entered the picture, standing protectively by Heyman's side. Was Solo Sikoa covertly taking Heyman's side? Is it possible that this was just a deliberate attempt to throw everyone for a loop? Speculation among WWE fans over Heyman's purported relationship with Solo has swept social media. Some think that by investing in younger Sikoa, Heyman is setting himself up to control Solo if the bloodline collapses, which is sure to happen. Others believe that Reigns is personally behind this whole thing, using it as a loyalty test to find the weak spots in his empire. Regardless of one's beliefs, the very thought of treachery has rekindled interest in the bloodline plot, demonstrating once again that Paul Heyman is an expert at keeping viewers captivated. The narrative's allure lies in its element of surprise. The larger themes of ambition, power, and devotion that have characterized the bloodline narrative are mirrored in Heyman's alliance with Solo, or lack thereof. It also shows how Solo Sikoa is becoming more important to the group. Solo has gone from being a background enforcer to a major player, and his meetings with Heyman indicate that he is being prepared for a more prominent position in the future. According to Heyman, these changes are subtly emphasized by the purported difference in behavior and dress. It is a deft narrative device that holds the audience's attention and makes them want more. The stakes inside the bloodline are at an all-time high as WWE prepares for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. The internal tensions of the bloodline will definitely play a significant part in the build-up to Reigns' title defense, which is supposed to take place against an opponent whose identity has not yet been disclosed. The consequences for Reigns might be devastating if Heyman is really siding with Solo Sikoa. The treachery, however, might come from an unexpected quarter if Heyman and Reigns are manipulating Solo as part of a bigger plot.